Listeners, welcome to Ahmad Coaching, and I'm your teacher, Dr. Anam. Today we are going to study about excretion in earthworm. Excretion is made up of two words. One is ex, which means out, and cretion, which means shift or separate. So, in other word, excretion means separating something out of the body. If you talk about the definition of excretion, excretion is the process by which metabolic waste and non-essential materials they are eliminated from an organism's body. Here one thing is very important to understand that excretion is a process in which always the metabolic waste is removed from the body. Not any other kind of waste is removed but the metabolic waste. Metabolic waste mean the byproducts or the waste products which are produced during the metabolism. For example, breakdown of glucose or generation of fatty acids or breakdown of fatty acids. So any waste material which is produced during metabolism is eliminated from the body by the process of excretion. Before we talk about the excretion in earthworm, it is important to understand what actually earthworm is. Earthworm is actually a type of annelid worm. Annelid means that it's a segmented worm. Segmented worm means that its body is divided into different segments. Here you can see there are different segments which made up one earthworm. It also belongs to the class oligochaete. They are commonly found in soil, particularly in the moist environment, for example, gardens, forests, grasslands, and agriculture fields. If you observe sometimes after the rain, you can see the earthworms coming out of the soil on the path near to the gardens because the water content in the soil increases, so earthworms they move out of the soil towards the surrounding path or surrounding streets. If you talk about their body, they have a long cylindrical segmented body. Here we can see it's long, it's like a cylinder and it's divided into different segments. Each segment on the earthworm's body is known as a ring, or it is sometimes called as somite or segment. Along with this, they have tiny bristles which are called as seta on each segment that help them move through the soil. They are very tiny or very small that you are unable to look at them through the naked eye. Their color vary from reddish brown to pink depending on the species and the environmental condition. So now we know that earthworm it lives in a moist environment in the soil and it has this long cylindrical and segmented body. Let's dive into the excretion in earthworm. Excretion process in earthworm is primarily carried out through specialized structures which are known as nephridia. There are two types of nephridia which are present in earthworm. One is septal nephridia, and the other one is integumentary nephridia. In case of septal nephridia, they are found in the segments from 15th segment to onward. Here you can see these are the segments and each segment has a number. If you talk about the septal nephridia, they will start from the 15th segment to onward. These are large and open into coelomic cavity. The coelomic cavity is actually a fluid filled body cavity which is located between the digestive tract and the body wall. Here you can see this is pink one, this is body wall, while the internal this yellowish brown part here it is the body cavity which is in between the body wall and this digestive system. So this part here, this yellowish part here is actually the coelomic cavity or body cavity and it is filled with fluid. While in case of integumentary nephridia, they are found scattered in the body wall segments from 7th to the last segment. These nephridia open to the exterior and help in the like this exterior part and they help in the excretion of waste directly to the outside environment. If we talk about the structure of nephridium, each nephridium is made up of three parts. One is nephridostome. Here you can see this part here is the nephridostome. One more thing is that each segment has one nephridia. So Each nephridia has three parts, starting with the nephridostome, which is a ciliated funnel-like structure. Ciliated means that they have very small hair-like projections. Here you can see it's like a funnel structure like this, and here we have these kind of small ciliates or hair-like projection. So this is like a nephridostome. The purpose of this nephridostome is to collect waste materials from the coelomic cavity, which is this part. So it's going to collect the waste material through the funnel. The waste material, they are going to move inward. Then comes the nephridial tube, which comes here. This is that part. This is a long coiled tube through which waste material is processed. Then comes the third part, which is known as nephridopore. Here the pore means that it's going to be like a pore or a small opening. It's an external opening through which processed waste is excreted out of the bodies, which is here. So we have three parts. One is nephridostome, then this long coiled body, which is known as nephridial tube, and then we have this small pore, which is known as nephridopore. Here we go with this like this, and then the waste material is removed. So each segment has its own small kidney, which in earthworm case is nephridia. So how this excretion process takes place in earthworm? First of all, collection of waste. Waste products and excess fluids from the body cavity are collected by the nephridostome. Nephridostome is going to collect excessive fluid or waste material. Then the next step is filtration and reabsorption. As the waste material passes through the nephridial tube, this tube here, this coiled tube, essential nutrients and water are reabsorbed in the body. This structure is just like the nephrons which are present in the kidney of human, which are involved in the process of filtration and reabsorption, so that maximum amount of good material it can be reabsorbed into the body and it's not removed out of the body. Similarly, in earthworms, they also have this long nephridial tubules. The purpose of these coiled tubes is just to reabsorb as much good material as they can and do the filtration process. After that, the remaining waste materials, they are converted into urine. The last step in the excretion process is itself excretion, which is the urine is expelled through the nephridopore. Here we go, nephridopore, to the exterior of the earthworm's body. So starting with the nephridostome, going towards the nephridial tubules, then waste material in the form of urine is passed out of the body. And this process is happening in each segment because each segment has its own nephridia. One nephridia, second nephridia, third nephridia. So this is how earthworm is removing waste material, metabolic waste material out of its body by the help of nephridia. So that was all about excretion in earthworm. If you have any question related to this topic, you can ask me in the comment section and I will see you in the next video.